Happy Mother's Day. I have to tell you, I like to give my Trinity friends information about me that they may not know or may not have ever heard before. So I have to tell you that I have a title that most of you are unfamiliar with. I officially am the meanest mother in the whole world. My teenagers gave me that title years ago. Evidently, they'd done a worldwide search and discovered that I was the meanest mother in the whole world. I don't think there are many parents who haven't heard that at least once. If you haven't heard it, then your kids aren't teenagers yet. My kids once asked me why I couldn't be a friend and not so much of a parent. And I had to tell them that really I had all of the 13-year-old friends I needed. And my job was to be a parent and to make their lives miserable. And evidently, my teenager's job was to make me miserable. My oldest son used to call me Inspector Gadget because I was always looking for things that he left out by omission on purpose, or was trying to get around things by wording them certain ways, and I could always see through it, so he called me Inspector Gadget. My point is, being a parent isn't easy. I think motherhood is one of the most rewarding jobs next to teaching that I've ever had, or I think they're about equal up. But they're also the toughest job you'll ever have. Because in this, and especially in this time of quarantine and isolation, and I hear it from the parents of my students, I hear it from the parents of my grandchildren. You have to be, at this time, a teacher, a counselor, a nurse, a referee, a judge, an intermediary, a recreation leader, a dietitian, a timekeeper, a problem solver, an arts and crafts leader, and dozens of other things that you didn't know you had to do. But if you do it right, it will be rewarded. Probably not until your children are no longer teenagers, but it will be rewarded. If you do your job correctly, you might, like me, be called the meanest mother in the whole world. And you might hear it a lot, but your children will grow up to be wonderful, independent, and a credit to your job and to society. If you don't do your job, well, we've all seen the 15 minutes of fame that can lead to. I have to share with you something that I wrote to my youngest son, who, when he was 15, told me that I had blown my chances for Mother of the Year again. When he graduated from high school with honors from the Center for Advanced Technologies at Lakewood High School and headed off for college, and that was in 2007, so you can imagine how old my youngest son is now. And I wrote this, I copied it from my computer because I didn't want to bring my computer in. Like my other children, at one time or another, you told me I was the meanest mother in the whole world. There were times when you hated me, or at least hated my rules. I'm sure through the years you never guessed how hard it was for me to say no when you begged and pleaded for a yes. We would always like to live in a place so wonderful that all of our wishes would be granted, but life isn't always that way. It isn't always sunshine and flowers. And it was my job to prepare you to get through the hard times and the showers of disappointment. So, Mean Mom is a label that I will wear with pride. It proves that I was able to do my job. I'm happy and grateful each time you succeed against whatever stumbling blocks you encounter. You are becoming all I hope for, and I'm very proud of you. Now, that was in 2007, and I want to share with you something I took off my email that my son wrote on my birthday this year. Mom, I want to say thank you for lots of things, for raising me, for giving me a happy childhood, for standing back and letting me make my mistakes, for making me clean up my own messes, for not giving me what I wanted, but always giving me what I needed, for making my life unforgettable, for always being on my side, for putting me in my place when I was a smart aleck. That was a lot, by the way. For putting me in a better place when I was feeling very down, for making it all better, and I do mean all. Most of all, for always loving me no matter what I did, and for saying no with courage and conviction, and for being a mean mom, even when I didn't appreciate it. Please know I'll always love you because you're the best. It paid off being a mean mom, and it always will pay off being a mean mom. There's one other thing I want to share with you. I still stay in touch with my children every day because they worry about me, especially in this epidemic, They keep telling me, don't go out, we'll drop stuff off. My daughter in New York says, I will have it delivered. I can call and have things delivered. I need to get out once in a while just like they do, but I'm being careful. And I do know that some of my students have told me that they're unhappy that they can't get out and shop for Mother's Day gifts for their mothers. And I know that my children can order things, so I will get Mother's Day gifts because they've already told me that. But children, like my grandchildren, can't get out to shop for things. But I have to tell you, my most precious gifts are things that were handmade by my children. Those are the things that I love the most, and I have boxes full of them. And we've all received them. You know, misshapen clay pots that leak, painted rocks, macaroni necklaces, handwritten notes, things made from shells, tissue paper flowers. There are lots of things. I want to share some of my box full with you. And I'm going to pull them out a little bit. Some of them were older than others. This is a clothespin with a thing stuck to it that for me to keep the things that I hadn't gotten around to yet. So this is a round to it. My daughter got into making things with yarn, and I think those are the crewel embroidery forms, but she didn't know how to embroider. She made this little magnet for my refrigerator that says, for the little things that bug you, and it's a miniature fly swatter. She made another thing that said Mom's Rules. And I have to share with you what she thought Mom's rules were. If you sleep in it, make it up. If you empty it, fill it up. She's heard all of these things from me at one time or another. If you wear it, hang it up. If you drop it, pick it up. If you spill it, wipe it up. If you eat out of it, wash it up. If you open it, close it up. If you empty it, fill it up. If it rings, answer it. If it howls, feed it. And if it cries, love it. I thought you'd appreciate that because I love that. Some other things that were made for me over the years. And I'm sure you've all had things made up of popsicle sticks, a tongue depressor picture frame. Again, the crewel the embroidery thing by somebody who doesn't know how to embroider. Ornaments. And my son, with help from his father, made this. Those are things I cherish. I've gotten lots of other gifts from the store over the years. I don't know what's happened to all of them, but the things that you love and you cherish are the things that are made with your child's own hands, and the things that are written by them, not the store-bought cards that you may not be able to find this time of year, but the ones that are handmade, that express the love and the feelings that they have, the things that you will always cherish. So may you all be cherished this Mother's Day. Remember your mothers that are gone, love the ones that are here, and cherish your children every day of your life.